we'll see if this works.
I see it live. No, we got no. There we go. Okay. All right, people in the chat, if you're here, let us know that you're hearing and seeing us.
Are we back? We back?
Brooke says we back.
We're back up.
We back, y'all.
Woo-wee. I think we're getting sabotaged. That's my theory. You hear and see, I appreciate you, Brooke. Thank you very much. Okay, so if we are back, then let's go ahead and go, and everybody, just let everybody know on Facebook.
Yep, just post it on Friends of and then the First Sky page. We are on YouTube solely right now, YouTubing it. We told you Facebook.
That might be the last straw for Facebook.
Man,
here, bro.
Man, gonna have to cut them out.
Might be the last straw for a couple programs. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And a shout out to Star Trek Rich and Margie, who are back in the background, frantically trying to get this back up as well as we are. So thank you so much for that. Man.
That's the epitome of teamwork making the dream work.
It's also the epitome of sabotage from the alphabet people. Thank you very much for joining us. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring on Dr. Cornel West. We've had him wait long enough. And there he is, Brother West.
Oh, my dear brother. That Brother Jim and Brother Paul sitting together looking so strong.
Man, this is my partner, buddy to God. My name is Paul B. Thank you so much for joining us.
Paul B. And then
Buddy.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to get the names wrong. Y'all looking so strong. Don't need me to get the names right because you're already on right track.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. The people know who we are. We are here to see and talk to you. So that's all right. We appreciate you.
I'm saluting you all, though, man. I really am. You all such a powerful force for good in Malcolm X's town.
Yes, sir.
Keeping that spirit together. And that makes all the difference in the world. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Man.
All the difference in the world. But I want to begin by saluting, of course, my dear brother, Anthony, man. Anthony Carifa. Rogers Wright, oh, man. You know, he's one of the quartet. He's one of the four with Sister Kiana and Sister Madeline and Brother Edwin. We got 4 campaign managers, but he is extraordinary. He's visionary. He's courageous. Can't wait to be there with him all day tomorrow with my beloved wife, Hannah Heaton. But I just want to salute Black Agenda Alliance and Untamed, who's going to be with me, Malcolm X Foundation. Yes. Regenerate Nebraska, Free Farm, Big Mama's Kitchen. Can't wait to get there.
Okay.
And you and Brother Zach and the staff at Sydney. But I salute you all.
Appreciate you, bro.
So much for having me. And you see, I go with the spirit. I don't worry about no calendar time, no clock time, no mechanical time. I go with the spirit, man.
We always say on this show, we don't believe in the concept of time, but we believe in the concept of spirit for sure.
Yes.
Is that what you say on First Sky Omaha all the time?
Yes, sir.
The morning.
We just added the spirit part because of you right now, but we say we don't believe in the concept of time.
I love it. Now, you all born and raised in Omaha?
I am born and raised right here in the North Omaha, right? You know, the grounds of Brother Malcolm X.
And I was born in California, but my family legacy goes back generations in Omaha. So we got strong ties here.
Which part of California, though, brother?
I grew up in the Inland Empire, Highland, San Bernardino area.
Oh, yeah. You know, I grew up in Sacramento, so a little, not too far away.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we all about the West in many ways.
West Coast in the house.
Yes.
But it's a blessing just to see young, strong, brilliant, courageous brothers willing to straighten your backs up, tell the truth, and most importantly, love the people.
Yes.
I'm so glad you said that, brother, because that's the main thing I wanted to talk to you about today. I know that you got to. I want you to tell us about your presidential run and everything that's going on. But I'm so impressed by what you have always had to say about love and love to our brothers. And that's a message that's been ringing in this past couple of weeks for us, is that our community specifically don't have enough love for each other to get to the next level. I want you to speak on that because you are so eloquent when it comes to speaking on love. I want the people to hear that.
Well, I appreciate it, brother, because actually it begins within the depths of your own soul. You see, I am who I am because somebody loved me. Clifton and Irene love me. Shiloh Baptist Church, Reverend Willie P. Cook and Deacon Hinton and Sarah Ray, my vacation Bible school teacher, love me to death. I work with the Black Panther Party. They were willing to what? Die for the people, especially 25th chapter Matthew, the least of these. I'm talking about the brothers and sisters on the block in the corner, dealing with mass incarceration, dealing with decrepit school systems, dealing with indecent housing, not enough jobs with a living wage, coming to terms with that environmental racism that Brother Anthony talks about. I know they got that coal plant in North Omaha.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
Yep. Giving the
you
people
see how
asthma.
they always push the pollution, push the environmental collapse on the chocolate side of town. You got to shut those down. Same is true with our sisters in terms of reproduction right. Anybody who's vulnerable, or in Malcolm's language, catching hell, need extra love. Now, I received more love than I could ever really carry. So in that sense, it just spills over. Yeah. But love takes the form of what? It takes the form of being committed to the welfare of people. It takes the form of taking a risk. It takes the form of bearing a burden. It takes the form of cutting against the grain for something bigger than your own ego, bigger than your own narcissism and hedonism. And the history, the best of Omaha, especially Black Omaha, it's a love train. It's a love supreme.
Yes, sir.
You got the OJs and Coltrane together.
I love it. I love it. I gotta tell you, brother, we're a couple of musicians,
yeah, man.
A couple of artists ourselves. And
is that right?
And one of the first things that drew me to you is when you used to call yourself a blues man.
Yes,
I call myself a funk man because you call yourself a blues man, and I appreciate you very much. We're a couple of artists that want to get back to our art, but we figured out that there's some things that we got to talk about, some changes got to be made. We got to put the art down for a second and have some conversations here, which is the reason why we do this. And you're one of the people that inspired us to really kind of get in here and start tackling some of these things. So, and we got a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But the beautiful thing is this, though, you know, we should never forget now, there is a musicality in your language and in your witness. So it's really continuous. You see what I mean? Yep. If Stevie Wonder wanted to put down his instruments and have a radio show called Second Sky LA, it's still continuous with his music.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
See what I mean? There was music in Malcolm's witness. There's music in Martin Luther King Jr.'s witness. So you all are still musicians, but now you're dealing with the art of life, keeping the rhythm, keeping the syncopation, and most importantly, keeping the funk.
Hey.
Keeping the funk. We're going to talk about that tomorrow because, see, part of the problem is so many folk on the radio, they got sanitized, sterilized, deodorized discourses because they're afraid of the funk. They don't want to keep it real. And the real humanity of folk, especially Black folk, is in the funk.
Yeah, there you go.
That's where the freedom is. That's where the love is. That's where the service to the people is. That's where the sacrifice is. Same is true on the radio show. You can have a radio show that's superficial and got a little abstract X and Y with a little civility. You know, and it's like, you know what I mean? Get a little Pat Boone rather than Curtis Mayfield. You say, hey, a little Doris Day rather than Aretha. You say, hey, wait. We want to keep it real. We want some Ashford and Simpson. And ain't nothing like the real thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We definitely bring the real here on the show. So I'm actually really glad that you brought up Brother Stevie Wonder. Because this is getting into a conversation we've been having, and we're looking forward to having with you as far as running as an independent. And we're real about, as you put it, the duopoly that we're under as far as our nation. And, Stevie Wonder recently just called out President Biden, about his lack of Black agenda, if you will. So kind of, can you speak to that? Why go as an independent? What are your thoughts on what it means to be an independent? And let's have a real conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I was blessed with it just to be with Stevie 3 weeks ago.
Oh, beautiful.
You know, he has a gathering of all Black brothers. We had about 700 Black brothers right there at California State University, Dominguez Hills, which is run by a Black brother named Thomas Parham. He's my dear brother, one of the major figures in Black psychology. And but we did a tribute to Stevie, and it's very important to start with Stevie because Stevie is the greatest love warrior of his generation.
Mm.
Wow.
And he comes out of a tradition of yourself, myself, yourselves, and myself, which is a hated people who keep producing love warriors.
Man.
Right, right.
Now, when you're hated and you don't respond with the hate, you respond with a deeper love. So it takes the hate to a place it knows not of. It means, in fact, then that you're part of a larger freedom struggle. Because radical freedom and radical love and freedom go hand in hand.
Right,
Wow.
right.
And for somebody like Stevie, who sets the highest standard, I mean, he's genius beyond geniuses. All of us just, we dog peddling compared to his strokes. You know what I mean?
For real.
But that's all right. That's all right because he set the highest standard.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. You know what I mean? Luther Vandross set the highest standard. See?
Right.
Mahalia Jackson set the highest standard, but we know what the standards are.
Right.
So when it comes to politics, the question is, well, how free are we? How deep is our love for the people to tell the people the truth? Can you tell the people the truth in the context of the two-party system? No, you can't do it.
Can't do it.
It's like having a jazz man being part of a military band. You can't play the right notes. Military band can't take that funk. Military band can't take those blue notes.
Man.
How many military bands you know in the minor key? Black people live in the minor key.
Hello.
Duke Ellington said we made dissonance a way of life. We ain't into just resolution. We into dissonance because the blue note is a note of what? Dignity, defiance, determination. That's the history of Black folk. We are blues people in that sense. And therefore, when we get music, when you get politicians, can the politicians be as free, loving, and sacrificial as the musicians? Now, we know if we had Black politicians who were as free as Stevie Wonder, were free as Aretha Franklin, we'd have different kind of Black politics.
That's right.
That's right.
Different kind of Black politics. We got Black politicians who laugh when it ain't funny, scratch when it don't itch, got well adjusted to injustice, wearing the mask so they think they can make it through the white mainstream, sanitizing and sterilizing rather than keeping it real.
Man. So
you know what I mean? I live in Harlem on 122nd. I'm looking right now at 125th Street, the Apollo.
Wow. Right out the window.
Greatness.
Right out the window. Now, you know what our movement would be without the Apollo.
Man.
We couldn't have all of that freedom, that love, that funk, that honesty, that candor. Hey, we'd be having little superficial gatherings. It's true.
We be singing. They singing in the songs in the key of death. When we trying to sing songs in the key of life,
man.
And you need that love to do it.
Lord, you got some deep Stevie work in there, brother. You got some deep. You remember that love and the need of love?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord.
I really appreciate you saying this, man. This is warming my heart because I feel like what you're talking about is the place that we come from with that.
Right.
We know that we have to be warriors as artists. We have to be warriors of artists because of the fact that we got to spread that love. That love comes first, and everything else comes secondary. To Buddy's point, talking about is independent. I don't know if you're aware of it, but Omaha seems to have a little issue here in the Black community where people are kind of jumping ship from the Democratic Party. And we're seeing a lot of young folks coming up independent as well. Yeah. And we saw that you started, People's Party, Green Party, and now you're running as an independent. And so there's something here that's allowing us to try to change the narrative here on this red and blue, what we've been doing here. And we're trying to figure out what that means. We know that the independent party is not an actual party. So in Nebraska, people are stepping away. They call it nonpartisan. That's a word they're using out here in Nebraska. So we're trying to figure out how we can find some solidarity in the independent scene, and then make a push here. And you're giving us a focus by running for president. First of all, you're giving us a focus for that scene. But tell us how the independent scene works a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that though. And I see I'm coming to Omaha to learn and listen too. You know what I mean? Because Omaha has its own rich history. Yes. Is very distinctive and different than other cities. And so I come in learning and listening tomorrow as soon as we get off the plane. But I go in humbly because of the spirit of Malcolm X. Don't get me wrong. I mean, when I think Omaha, I think of Malcolm.
Right.
As we should.
I think of Earl Little.
Right.
I think of Louise Little, his mama and his daddy. And his daddy was a Baptist minister. I'm not a Baptist minister. I'm a lay Christian. I'm a revolutionary Christian. I believe in the Jesus who ran out the money changers of the temple.
All right.
That
All right.
Tremendous courage in the name of Pope Folk ended up on the cross, put to death by the Roman Empire because he was such a threat. Little 12 ragtag folk, and he's going to be a major threat. Oh, how come? Because he loved the people enough to be independent. He loved the people enough to break from any of the status quos trying to incorporate him. Now, of course, he had a higher calling, so none of us are Jesus in that sense, but we can learn a whole lot from the Jesus who's meant so much to so many black folk for the last 300 and some years.
Wow. Yeah.
But I think when it comes over to independent politics, it's a matter of simply saying, if we are committed to truth and justice, then wherever the quest for truth lands, we got to go. Wherever the promotion of justice goes, we've got to be there. And so the legacy of seeking truth and trying to procure justice will not land you within the Democratic or Republican parties. Both of them been tied to lies for so long. White supremacist lies, male supremacist lies, lies grounded in organized greed, tied to the 1%, tied to the wealthy who feel as if they can do anything and say anything and get away with it and treat working people and poor people as if they're afterthought.
Yeah.
They say, hey, no, we ain't. That's the Keith Sweat moment. Something just ain't right. No. We ain't going for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
In your travels all around the country under this platform, have you been seeing a movement? Is there a strong because we know there's a whole bunch of money behind the Republicans, a whole bunch of money behind the Democrats. Independently though, are you seeing a movement that can match those two entities?
Oh yeah, shoot! I'm telling you, you talk to Brother Anthony and the others. Members of the quartet. I was just in Brooklyn yesterday, right on Vermont Street and Linden Boulevard, which is East New York, Brooklyn, which is chocolate. It's like National Basketball Association, not the National Hockey League now, the National Basketball Association. We got the endorsement, Operation Power, major organization in Brooklyn, major endorsement. We got over 12,000 volunteers.
Wow.
Last 3 months. And we raised $250,000 the last 3 months. Now, of course, Biden and them raising 21 million, 25 million, and Trump raising even more than that. Well, you see, they tied to Wall Street. They tied to the Pentagon. They tied to Silicon Valley. They tied to the 1%. All of our money, working people's money, poor people's money. And we are escalating. And this is true in regard to the Middle East with Gaza. You see, people talking about how Biden's on the cutting edge of progressive politics. Then why are you going to enable a genocidal attack on all of these vulnerable people? You done killed almost 7,000 babies in 40 some days. That's spiritually sick. It's morally obscene. Those are war crimes of the highest level, crimes of genocide, crimes against humanity. And that's true for any people. That's true for everybody. Know that if those babies had been another color, if those babies had been from another country, people would be raising their voices overwhelming a war. That's right, headed toward World War III. And see, I come from a tradition. You all come from tradition. We were told every baby got the same value and significance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
A white baby, black baby, Jewish baby, Palestinian baby, Guatemalan baby, Brazilian baby, Ethiopian baby, South African baby, they all got the same value.
Right.
Now, if you really believe that, then how can we not raise our voices against this kind of genocidal assault? But where are the voices? You call for a ceasefire, they make it as if you some kind of revolutionary or something. You just calling for a ceasefire. No, we need to stop the siege. We need to end the occupation. You don't dominate a people like that for 75 years. Now, I believe anytime you kill innocent folk is wrong. I don't care who it is, no matter who, what color, what group, or whatever.
Right.
But when you have what we seeing on TV every day, and Biden can hardly say a mumbling word and still sending U.S. bombs, and we still sending millions, billions, and billions of dollars, and we don't have enough money to deal with North Omaha's situation.
Man.
You say, hey, this is sick stuff. You can imagine what Malcolm would say. Oh man, Lord, have mercy.
Man,
he come back from the grave swinging like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier.
Man, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. You've been around seeing people. I've been seeing you talk about this a lot. You one of the main voices speaking out against this genocide happening in Palestine, and I'm seeing you talk about it a lot. And it seems like it's because you're traveling a lot and talking to other people that feel the same way. You getting a lot of support from the people that are feeling this way, that are seeing things the same way.
Oh, Lord, Jeff. Oh, very. There's a lot of people who are scared, so they hear you say, wow, good God, Brother West, you saying what I would be saying, but I don't really say it.
Wow.
I said, well, how come? Well, what did Malcolm teach us? Malcolm's life exemplifies the fact that he would rather be dead than afraid.
There you go.
He'd rather be a corpse than a coward.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, if you're living in the spirit of fear, are you living?
That's exactly right. So how you gonna love if everything's based on fear? If you're scared, if you're terrified.
And that's
that's one of the ways in which Black folk have always been controlled. You see, because the vicious legacy of white supremacy is, first, you teach us we're less beautiful, we're less intelligent, and we're less moral. That's a lie. But at the same time, you keep Black folks scared, intimidated, deferential all the time, feeling as if you always got to be kowtowing and butt dancing and carrying on. Hey, no, straighten your back up. And what shatters fear? What breaks the back of fear? Love does.
That's it.
That's what does it.
People not feeling the love. They're not seeing it.
It takes a courage. It takes the ultimate amount of courage to really love.
Yeah.
You can't be scared and love at the same time.
Well, I mean, theologically, God can't use cowards. And personally, you ain't never gonna fall in love with nobody if fear is your fundamental motivation in your life.
Oh, wow.
That's true. That's true.
When you fall in love, what are you doing? You taking a risk.
Taking a leap.
For a little joy and pain, as Frankie Beverly and Mason put it. You taking a risk for a little joy and pain.
Yeah.
Like sunshine and rain.
Yeah.
It's the same. Are you willing to take that risk and be vulnerable and open yourself for intimacy? That's what love is on a personal level. Now, justice is what love looks like in public.
There you go,
man. Yeah,
there you go.
I heard a quote that says, "Justice without love is just tyranny."
Man,
ooh, that's a fresh word. Who said that?
I'm gonna have to get that back to you. But justice without love is just tyranny.
We gotta find that quote. That's cold.
Wow, that's a powerful formulation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we need it. We need love. We need justice. We need truth.
Brother West, what we found in Omaha here, we decided to do this. Like I said, we're a couple of musicians. We decided that there was too many things going on in North Omaha, especially hyper locally focused here in North Omaha on the issues. But we found over the time that we've been doing this past couple of years, the issues in Omaha are mirroring the issues all around the country, and we're not in a silo over here. We got the same stuff going on here. Preschool to prison pipeline, happening here strong. What were some of the things we were talking about earlier that we wanted to present to him and see his thoughts on?
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, we talk about the same thing, talking about love, talking about justice, and one of the biggest things here in Nebraska is our justice system and the lack of love in it, and the lack of just real humanity in it. I don't know if you're aware, Dr. West, but again, right now, Nebraska has the most overcrowded prison system in the country. And, you know, we would think Alabama, California, Texas, but no, right here in Nebraska, the most overcrowded prison system in the country. We're in emergency, a federal overcrowding emergency. The governor isn't really doing anything to really push towards freeing anyone. And, you know, the mass incarceration is going in the wrong direction, and it's only getting worse. Yeah. They're in the process of building 2 new prisons, which they're already saying are going to be full. So, yeah, we definitely have a fight on our hands specifically here in Nebraska, but I'm sure, as you see, it's a fight across the country as far as mass incarceration. So we definitely want to dive into that with you as far as how do we combat that? How do we pull together a love campaign to combat that?
Yeah, well, you know, I've been blessed to teach in prisons for 43 years.
Wow.
I started when I was in college in Cambridge at Harvard College, and I was teaching actually at Norfolk State Prison where Malcolm was. I remember the very cell that he was in. They have now a little tribute to him. The brothers still there very strong. And we ran the Black Panther Party breakfast program in Jamaica Plain during the week. And I've just been recently teaching at Rahway here in Edison, New Jersey. And I've seen when I started teaching, we had about 220,000 brothers of different colors, but disproportionately black and brown in prison. Now you got 2.2 million. Mm-hmm. You see the expansion? I mean, it's just, and of course, Biden played a crucial role in terms of the crime bill. Man. He was bragging about it for almost 25 years, but throwing the key away and super predators and so forth. Man. So you got this kind of racist language against the black brothers, acting as if they're not human beings who need to be treated decently and fairly. And then the black community itself became so obsessed with its black middle class in terms of success and representation rather than moral and spiritual greatness connected to participation. So we started looking at some of the black faces in high places and thinking that was our liberation. And the question is, a black face in a high place not gonna mean a whole lot if they well adjusted to injustice and scared and don't want to speak out. It's a beautiful thing to have a black face in a high place if they got courage, if they got compassion, right. If they follow through. So what happened was they turned their back. We got a black middle class leadership. They turned their back on the black poor and black working class brothers and sisters. Mm. You know that line in the Negro National Anthem, you come drunk with the wine of the world. Mm. You become intoxicated with the felicities of bourgeois existence. Mm. So it's solely a question of thinking this by commodities. That's your blessing is the commodities rather than the quality of your service to the least of these. He or she is greatest among you will be what? Your servant will serve, will sacrifice. We'll get in a whole lot of trouble. And all of us got faults and foibles because, I mean, you know, we all got gangster in us, Tupac. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely right about that.
Yes. All the work in progress.
I used to teach at Timbuktu school here in House of Lord Pentecostal Church of National Black United Front in Brooklyn, 415 Atlantic Avenue. And Finney used to bring Tupac in every week.
Mm. Wow.
Wasn't that a beautiful thing? Oh, I got something for you.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh.
See this right here?
Yeah, oh yeah, I got that book. Yeah.
You got that book?
Absolutely. That man's poetry is legendary.
Man.
You see that right there?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Can you see it?
It said, I'm down to who's it says it's from.
And it's from
Concrete.
A Finney. Where's her name? Oh, here it is. A Finney.
That's beautiful.
A Finney Shakur.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Man.
This is the book that she gave to me. And this is many years. Tupac was 10 years old when he was in my class on Black History.
Wow.
But you know, we didn't know he was a genius. I remember those beautiful eyes. I remember him zeroing in. You know, if I'm talking about Marcus Garvey, if I'm talking about Martin King, Ella Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, but we also did a lot of musicians. We've always done the musicians: John Coltrane, Max Rhodes, Sarah Vaughan,
Oh yeah.
All the great ones, Carmen McRae and Aretha and Phyllis Hyman and so forth. Now, what instrument you all play?
Man, I'm kind of all over the place. I started with piano. I play drums. I play a little bass guitar, sing. You know, kind of. I'm a descendant of. I'm a fan of Prince, and you know that brother played all the instruments. So that's what I tried to do.
Yeah, well, I'm saxophone, alto saxophone. Play the keys a little bit. Got down on the drums a little bit. But you know, it's a digital age, so I'm DJing. I'm doing some other things as well. So yeah.
Ooh,
Still in it, brother.
Something else for you, right? I happen to be in the thing here, but you see, this thing right here came out 2007. Cornel West Black. That me and Prince did a single together.
Yeah, I've been playing that all week long on my set list.
No, you already know about that, brother.
Oh, brother, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, we know you get down.
I didn't know that.
Yes, brother.
No, so you all a mile ahead of me. You're miles ahead of me.
Like I said, it's interesting. Like you on the campaign here, and you talk about your presidential race, and we do talk a lot of politics on this show. But we're a couple of artists, man. So I can't help but be interested in the fact that you have been saying, you've been calling yourself a blues man. You have been integrating the funk, the blues, the music of love, the language of love, songs in the key of love, of life, in everything that you do from beginning to end. And now here you are running for president, and I know it's from the same energy. It's from the same love.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly. See, the last thing I want to do is be a traditional politician.
Man.
That's the last thing I want to do. If I can't represent my people at the highest level of love warriors, freedom fighters, joy spreaders, and wounded healers, and then go into the political arena and be true to that, that's how you turn things around. That's why you get viciously attacked and assaulted and lied on and misconstrued. Character assassination, maybe literal assassination. You never know what these gangsters would do to a free black man. You never do.
Right.
But so what? You give your life and you're willing to give your death to the people. The people gave it to you. Media meant God really gave it to me, but it was the people who shaped and molded you. And so it's almost it's a privilege to serve the people. It's a privilege to live for the people. It's a privilege to die for the people in that sense. You know what I mean? And we understand that with the musicians, man. You understand it? How's B.B. King doing 335 gigs and it's only 365 days and he's about 70-some years old, man?
This is fueled by
How
love.
You gonna do that?
That's it.
Yeah,
He
that's
loved
pure passion.
He loved the music. He loved the people. He's touching the souls. He's unsettling the minds. He's uplifting them when they down and out. They on their way to the crack house. He said, no, I got a song for you.
Man.
The thrill is gone.
Got a song about it like the here it go.
That song I like of his is ain't nobody love me but my mother, and she could be jiving too. That's my best. That jam is something else.
That's the B side of the thing. That's exactly right. Now, if your generation know, you know, from Erykah Badu to J. Cole to Kendrick Lamar, you know, we still got some giants now. I don't want people to think that it's just the past that has the giants. I'm just old school, you know, so I'm always.
It's still a continuation. I was actually going to say that in this 50 years of hip hop, I can't think of another thing that's more hip hop than the Dr. Cornel West running for president. I mean, can you?
You got a point there. That's real.
You're very kind, though, brother.
You know, one thing I want to say is a lot of times we get really down and discouraged about when we think of grassroots. We've been doing this show now. We call this season 6. The theme of this season is boots to the roots.
Yep.
We're really trying to make some action happen. And we get discouraged though sometimes because it seems like only a chosen few really want to get down and make some change. And so when I'm thinking about running for president or something like that, I'm thinking how many grassroots people do we really have that got our back for that? You running for president tells me that you know something I don't know about that, about the people, about the grassroots people that are backing you, that would make you decide you got to play for this. You got to go for it, and you got a chance here. Do you feel like first of all, do you really feel like you have a chance to win? And second of all, if you do feel like that, is that coming from the surge of the people? Is there enough people behind us to keep the fight going like we trying to make it happen?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question, though, brother, because you keep in mind that, I mean, what we're after is a movement. See, this campaign is just a moment in a movement. A movement is predicated on people waking up, straightening their backs up, coming together in solidarity, then having the courage to fight.
Yep.
You got to have the courage to fight. You got to be a warrior. You can't, we talked about that before. You can't be scared. But there's always more than you think, though, man. There's always more people than you think.
That's what I'm feeling.
And you don't know when it's going to break out.
You
know what I mean? You just don't know. When Frederick Douglass was part of the abolitionist movement, they had a few thousand out of a country of millions. And the next thing you know, abolition movement became the most important movement around. When Martin King started with Rosa Parks, who sat down in order to stand up for justice on the bus, it was only 17 churches out of 83. The rest of them, most of them were scared, man. Some of them paid off by the powers that be and so forth. And then when it started mushrooming and it started growing, then people want to join. Then people want to join. And then 40 years later, they say, everybody was a part of it. Oh, yeah, I was with Martin. I was right there with Malcolm. They lying. Don't believe the hype.
Like Eddie Murphy and them coming to America. I was right there at the barbershop.
Exactly. I was right there. Oh, yeah. Right when Martin got shot, I was almost there trying to protect it. Quit lying. You know that ain't true. So the thing is, you got to be true to yourself. History is unpredictable. You don't know when things going to take off.
Yes, sir.
And we living at a moment where we got climate catastrophe. You got possible nuclear catastrophe. You got spiritual catastrophe and people too cold-hearted and mean-spirited, too much hatred and revenge. You've got economic catastrophe in terms of too many poor people. This campaign is about the abolition of poverty, the abolition of homelessness and unhousedness. It's about people having a living wage, trying to make sure the trade union movement is strong and robust. It's about making sure that connection between militarism on the one hand and the climate crisis on the other, because the U.S. military is a major contributor to the climate crisis with the fossil fuel and the carbon footprint.
I wouldn't put that together.
So forth.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
All the boats and tanks and planes.
And so it's just a matter of bearing witness. And see, when you're bearing witness in the present, you're never surprised by evil or paralyzed by despair. That's probably what it is to be a blues man and a blues woman. No matter how much blues you feeling, as long as you can blow your horn and play the piano, then the catastrophe doesn't have the last word.
Man.
Yeah.
Your voice has the last word. The love in your voice has the last. The creativity in your voice has the last. And if you're Art Tatum or Oscar Peterson or Mary Lou Williams, your genius has, or Prince, your genius has the last word. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Let that light shine.
Love that.
Light shine.
Brother West, I can't wait to meet you when you're in town tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure that we get a chance to connect and you all are just so you set a high level of moral and spiritual greatness in terms of the love in your heart, the service that you render, and the spirit that you do it. That's very important, man. The spirit that you do it. Because you see, we got to keep it soulful for a hated, terrorized, traumatized people. And what is soul? We're going to talk about that tomorrow. You all know it as musicians, right? The sharing of a soothing sweetness against the backdrop of a grim catastrophe.
Wow.
That's what soul is, you see. So when you listen to a David Ruffin, lead singer of The Temptation, where he get all that soul from? Why Not Mississippi? Mediated with Detroit and Chicago. How you got all that delicacy given the social misery in Mississippi? Well, Mississippi produced some of the greatest artists ever with the blues, Son House, Robert Johnson, B.B. King. Where was Sam Cooke born? Clarksdale, Mississippi. We can go on and on. You know what I mean? Aretha Franklin's father's from Mississippi. She born in Memphis. Memphis ain't nothing but North Mississippi in Tennessee.
Man, we call Omaha, Mississippi, or the Midwest. You might need to put a little good spin on that.
Ooh, Is there some precious folk from Black Mississippi and Omaha who made it up there?
Oh yeah.
There is, but the way they say that, they talk about the oppression. Some of the oppression. It's one of the most segregated places I've ever lived. Is Omaha.
Yeah.
So when they say it negatively. Now that you're saying this, we might have to think of a positive spin on this.
Yeah.
Omaha is the Midwest, is the Mississippi of the Midwest. We have to find the positive on that.
Mississippi is ground zero for the Black freedom struggle. That's why I kicked off my campaign right there in the Delta. How I'm gonna be a blues man and not begin right where the blues was created.
Wow.
Lexington, Ramsey, Jackson,
incredible,
Clarksdale, all of that genius, but all of that suffering too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joy and pain,
blood, sweat, and tears, and wounds and bruises and scars, but all of that unbelievable Black greatness in terms of the love and freedom and courage and willingness to tell the truth and pursue justice no matter what the cost, with smile and a style.
Yeah.
It's important. You got to keep your style now.
Well, George Clinton said, if you got funk, you got style.
There you go.
Oh, Lord, yeah, George.
Yeah, you got to bring your own funk.
George.
Yes, sir.
George is a great painter, man.
Yes,
really.
Yeah, sure is.
He's a great painter. He gave me a painting of the atomic dog. That is one of the most powerful things you could imagine. Just like Andre 3000, he's a great painter too.
Yeah.
Miles Davis was a great painter,
right,
as well. But George Clinton, man, his paintings is something. I said, brother, you got all this funk on the canvas and funk on the stage at the same time, coming out of Plainsville, New Jersey. Where you get all this genius, brother?
Yeah.
Most high.
I'm telling you, he's my very, very dear brother. We're gonna have a concert. Y'all may have to come to New York. We're gonna have a concert in a number of months.
Okay.
We're gonna have Bootsy. Bootsy and I are real close. We did 2 songs together on his album.
Mm-hmm.
And Roger Waters, out of Pink Floyd.
Wow.
We're gonna have Blue Magic. I gotta have my Blue Magic because the Silky Soul is my thing. That's my generation. Y'all understand that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is that going to be a part of the campaign? Is that like a fundraiser event?
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be part of the campaigin right there.
Oh man, yeah, we're going to try to make that.
So we got big money but big money as we can get. We can only have $3,300 limit from John Mellencamp just 3 days ago.
Really?
And he's coming from the vanilla side.
Wow.
He got his blues sensibility from the vanilla side, like Bruce Springsteen and them. They know. They learn so much from the blues on the chocolate side, but they do it their own vanilla way. And they got their own kind of funk and honesty and soulfulness too, which is a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he's always been a strong brother, friend, and supporter. And he's going to be on that stage too, he said, if he can make it. So we putting it together.
Wow.
We call them our allies here on the show. We need our allies.
Absolutely.
Hey man, we definitely gonna try to come out there, and like I said, I can't wait till you come out here tomorrow and hang with you, and meet with you. Few things I just want you to be aware of about Omaha that I want to make sure that you know. Of course, you're already going to Big Mama, so you know you're gonna eat right.
Man.
Also, you going to the Malcolm X birth site. That's actually where we got our start. We started a radio station within the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. That's how we met in the doors of the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So that's a legacy, and it's an important thing for us around here to really be about that and live that. You're already going there. I heard that you're going to visit the coal plant to see why they're kicking the can down the road on why they're not shutting it down. Some other things.
We got to shut that down. Absolutely.
We got a couple political prisoners in jail that's been there for a while that should be released. Ernest Jackson is one of them.
Ed Poindexter.
And Ed Poindexter, who used to be of the Black Panther Party back in the day, is still in jail as well. These are both innocent brothers that are in jail. We're fighting on that all the time on that front. And many other things, but those are some of the kind of the big highlights of what it is that we are fighting against and struggling against here in Omaha. We can't wait to talk to you about it in person more. And we understand.
And then I know that Sister Spivey. Sister Spivey's got powerful things to say. I know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Actually, Spivey is legendary around here. So yeah, most def. There's a lot of powerful people, man. We're coming off the high of the Black Agenda Alliance award show that happened 2 nights ago. and it was and the whole place was standing room only, almost standing room only of powerful black folks, and it was something that we really needed here, and we got to see it, and there was so much love in the room, it was crazy. So we're coming off that high. We're calling this Power Weekend because of that, and because of you coming tomorrow. So we're just over the moon right now on everything, bro.
Yeah. I did want to
be so blessed to be able to set foot once again to Omaha. I've been to Omaha, a number of times, but I haven't been there for a while. But this is very, very special. We got Brother Anthony there who's facilitating this. In fact, a number of our campaign managers, I think either 3 out of 4, maybe 4 out of 4 is going to be there.
Nice. Okay.
Which would be wonderful.
Very cool.
And I mentioned Anahita, my dear wife. She's going to be there too.
Nice.
Okay.
And just to revel in the humanity, community, camaraderie.
Yeah.
Because see, in the end, it's not really just about a campaign or a president, man. It's really about trying to continually uplift, empower, enable, and ennoble a great people. And it begins on the chocolate side, because I'm a free black man.
Mm-hmm.
But it spills over to people everywhere, indigenous peoples. It spills over to brown, it spills over the Middle East, spills over to white, spills over to all colors. But it comes with the strength that black folk have created over 400 years in the face of 244 years of slavery, another 100 years of neo-slavery called Jim Crow.
Mm-hmm.
And you say that Omaha still segregated. You got Jim Crow Jr. in Omaha, just like Chicago.
Yeah.
Just like Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
just like New York here.
Hasn't changed, just a new name.
But I always said that if you're fighting for black folks, you're fighting for everybody.
Oh yeah.
We can solve what we gotta solve. It's gonna solve it for everybody on earth, right?
Man.
Yeah, something you want to?
Yeah, I actually just wanted to because we do have a chat. We do have a chat, and this is something that is unique to
all about the chat.
Yeah, see how you. It's something that is unique to our show as far as our chat, and it's a conversation. It's not just people watching. It's people who have questions, people who have input. So I did want to first of all acknowledge the chat, let them know that we are inviting them out to the event tomorrow. So hopefully some of our audience will be joining us tomorrow at the Highlander. But people were you getting a lot of love in the chat. People are definitely excited about your run for presidency. A lot of people saying just trying to imagine what it's like to have a president as cool as yourself here in the United States. But people are curious about what exactly is your platform point, just for the folks who are preparing to vote and get mobilized on this upcoming election. What are some of your platform points that you're focusing on?
I mean, one thing is just to go to Cornel West 2024.com and you see laid out all of the points. Racial justice, end the mass incarceration, calling for reparations across the board.
Environmental justice, health.
When you say it there, we got environmental justice and the connection. Then we got, of course, global justice in terms of the militarism abroad. 800 military units. We don't need 800 military units. We don't need special operations in 100 countries. We don't have to be an empire. We can be a dignified and decent nation among nations. We don't have to be an empire that every nation has to bow to us like we some big bully or a gangster. No, not at all. We a nation among nations. We learn from other nations. They can learn from us. Same is true in terms of our support, of course, of our precious gay brothers and lesbian sisters and trans. And a lot of times black folk don't want to talk about that. Hey, who you think James Baldwin was? Who do you think Audre Lorde was? They've always been part of our community. They haven't been the majority, but as a Christian, they made in the image and likeness of God like everybody else.
Yep.
And many of our churches, tied to these narrow dogmas. Well, the women can't speak in church. Who do you think Rosetta Tharpe was?
Tell that to Fannie Lou Hamer.
You don't think the Lord used her in a mighty way just like used anybody else?
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
Who you think James Baldwin was? You think because he was a gay brother, he didn't have the creativity and the humanity and touch us in the most profound and fundamental ways? We can go on and on. Who you think this sister was? Can you see that picture there? Lorraine Hansberry.
Okay.
To be young, gifted, and black. You Raising in the Sun. You remember the play that came out in 1959 with Sidney Poitier and so forth, you see?
Yes, sir.
lesbian sister too. Hey, we got all kind of folk. You
that.
look hard in the church, you're gonna find them, whether they say it or not. They're human beings like everybody else. You protect their humanity. That's the crucial thing. And so in that sense, we've got a all-embracing program that links the environmental justice to justice for Black people, justice for indigenous brothers and sisters. Look at the 400-year war against indigenous peoples. My God, it's just a crime against humanity. Hardly anybody wants to talk about it. Well, you can't be talking about truth if you don't talk about the suffering of people, no matter who they are.
So true.
Well, it's unpopular. So what? We in this for integrity, not popularity. Well, you're running for president. I don't want to win with no integrity.
Yes, that sets you apart from a whole lot of other candidates.
Yeah, that's what the people in the chat are saying. Authenticity, integrity is key.
Yeah, we appreciate your authenticity and integrity.
It's refreshing.
And you all know Sam Cooke, Sly Stone, Curtis Mayfield never won a Grammy. Milli Vanilli won 2.
There you go.
And they were lip singing on the whole album. I mean, God bless them. Yeah, man, God, I ain't got nothing against them. They lip singing on the whole album. They still got a Grammy. And Sam Cooke ain't got one, and Curtis ain't got one. Come on.
Well,
they gave Curtis a Grammy when he's in a wheelchair for the lifetime. Hey, what about all the hits?
Yeah.
What about the cold jams? What about the political songs? What about the love songs?
Mm-hmm.
Genius beyond genius, which means what? It ain't about winning in no white mainstream.
There you go.
It's about bearing witness to your spiritual greatness. And if you win in the white mainstream, you win on your terms.
There you go.
When I win, it's going to be on my terms.
That's what it is.
It's going to be on Black people's terms. It's going to be on my mama's terms. It's going to be on my father's terms. It's going to be on my grandmama's terms and granddaddy's terms. And what were their terms? Love supreme.
Love supreme.
Yeah.
One of my favorite writers, Toni Morrison, always talked about that master narrative. One of the reasons why we put this together is because we wanted to reject the premise of that master narrative and do it on our own terms, just like you say.
Yeah.
You got it.
There she is.
There she is, my brother.
Love it.
You see her?
Love it.
Pure genius.
Pure genius.
Yeah.
Pure genius,
Man,
brother. You're absolutely right. That was one of her major formulae. We used to teach together, at Princeton.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, we went to Princeton together in 1987, 88. I was head of Black Studies, and then she came in. In fact, I went with her for the Nobel Prize when she received it in 1993.
Wow.
Man, that's beautiful.
Connected with Mandela there, connected with Wole Soyinka, the genius from Nigeria who won the Nobel Prize a few years earlier. We had a time listening to the Delphonics, among others.
The soundtrack of life.
Yeah.
The soundtrack of life. But no, Toni Morrison is just beyond language, man.
Well, brother, we're going to let you get on about your day. We really appreciate you spending the time with us and singing in the key of life with us right now. We really, really appreciate you. Cannot wait to meet with you and hang with you tomorrow. And thank you so much for coming to Omaha and bringing in. Thank you for running for president. Thank you for giving us another actual choice as far as we're concerned.
Something to really be excited about. Not the lesser evil, but some actual good.
Some actual good.
Yeah, you want to be to vote for somebody rather than just against somebody.
Man.
And, a lot of people say, well, what about Trump? Well, we know Trump's a gangster. If Trump gets his votes, he gets his votes. But folk who vote for Trump, vote for Trump. Folk who vote for me, vote for me. Nobody owns other people's votes. You think for yourself, you find your voice critically, and then you vote. Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. But I salute you all. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Likewise.
We'll have a good time in Omaha now.
Yes, sir.
But God bless your loved ones. God bless your loved ones.
Thank you.
You never want to overlook that. Those are blessings that you never take for granted,
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Living alive with one another. That's what we are about over here for real. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
All right. Stay strong. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Safe travels.
All right. Peace.
Indeed. Thank you.
Peace.
Oh, brother West, one more thing before you go. If you do me a favor and leave that window open until your thing uploads for us, if you don't mind. So you're gonna close out and then just leave the window open. You'll see a message say it's done uploading. I appreciate you.
So I said, is it all right just to leave it the way it is then?
Yeah, you can sign out, but just leave that window on your computer open and just let that sit there for a second before so it can upload for us.
But what I do, then I won't even sign out at all. Then I just let it flow.
Okay. All right, we can get you on this side.
Yep, we appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Is that all right? Because I think that's the easier one. Because I got my wife's thing. I don't know how hers works though.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We got you covered on this end.
All right.
I can see
love
it.
you.
Love you too, brother. Thank you. All right, man.
Man, the doc.
Had me kind of speechless, man. Had me forgetting what I was going to ask him.
You forgot all about the chat, man.
Forgot about the chat. I mean, it's a different situation here too, because we just on YouTube right now. But yeah, I was all the way discombobulated over there.
Yeah. Again, we try to get him to talk about the platform, but as he did mention, for those of you who do want to know more about Dr. Cornel West and his platform, everything that he's standing for, you can go to CornelWest2024.com. Actually, let's see if we can just post this link real quick in the chat for those who want to know. Boop, there you go. Again, there's a link to the chat. Check them out, CornelWest2024.com if you want to learn more about the presidential campaign. But, I mean, you hear what he's saying. You hear what he's saying. And imagine, I put it like this. What would you do had you been in the presidency? Like, there's a lot of issues that we all have to tackle and we all got to talk about. So,
yeah.
I kind of go along with actually with Mr. Knight, Brother Stewart in the chat is saying, basically saying, I lost the chat. He says Dr. West just wants to ensure that the voice of the marginalized remains heard, win or lose. So that's really what it's about. Again, I'm not getting the sense that they're in this for the moral victory. I definitely get the sense that they're, pushing. Yeah, they run it for real. Yeah. But win, lose, or draw, I don't see this stopping. Like you said, it's a movement, not just a moment.
It's a movement.
Yeah,
that's a great takeaway.
Yeah,
and I really appreciate that. Like I said, even if he doesn't win, it totally makes me think a different way about who you know what I'm saying, what you gonna do, who you gonna vote for, instead of, like you said, you voting for something,
not against something,
not against something. So that makes a difference. And then also that thought about the grassroots situation, man. Get it, you're trying to you got people all around you all the time, even some of your own people that are just you having a hard time making them see things.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on the same page, and you get to thinking, man, there's not enough of us to really move anything. And then you see a brother like that decided to run on the strength of there's enough people out here to push me to back me, and it reinvigorates that thought in my mind that if this is boots to the roots, we got enough boots.
Oh yeah,
a whole lot of boots out here, bro.
Got enough boots. As we say, we all we got, but that's enough.
Yes.
That's enough.
Yes,
that's
yes,
enough.
Yes. We really appreciate you guys hanging with us, and we're so sorry that we had all those technical difficulties. The main thing, though, was to be able to speak to Dr. Cornel West, presidential campaign, put some respect on his name, and we're gonna come back and be able to repost all this now that we have it, and put it in context and put it back up on Facebook and so on and so forth. So. Appreciate everybody who joined us, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to you. I just totally spaced the chat listening to this, brother. I'm glad you jumped back in on that, but thank you for all the comments. I'll definitely go back and check the comments out, and any questions, any things that you have, we're definitely going to be hanging with him tomorrow, so we'll bring it up to him tomorrow. If there's some questions and some things that are standing out, we can talk to him face to face, and if we can get him on again, we will. If we get him on again, we'll do that.
Yeah.
If he has a little time tomorrow, then we might be able to jump and talk to him a little bit more, or even Wednesday morning. That's a possibility too, they said. So we'll see. We'll definitely see what's going on with it. And that's somebody in the chat said it's crazy how he feels like family. And
Miss Erica Feld.
That's exactly how I feel about it. Like I feel like we've been talking to him forever.
I mean, it's crazy when it's really kind of hitting in this moment that we're a part of a spirit. We're a part of something, because the fact that Dr. Cornel West came in speaking our language. I mean, by how we talk about time, to talk about the importance of love, to talk about being a blues man, and how that is a continuation of jazz, funk, hip hop. Yeah. It's all the same lineage, as Andre 3000 put it. It's all the same lineage. And we're all just different generations of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Me a hip hop guy, you a funk guy, him a blues guy. But again, all being a part of that same spirit and that same lineage. And I think all of y'all in the chat, I think y'all feel it. I think all of y'all out there, y'all see it, y'all speak the language, and we appreciate y'all. And big shout out to the BAA, Brother Kasim, who will be working security detail and helping us put that together. Big shout out to Brother Anthony Rogers, right? And sorry for anybody who had questions in the chat that we didn't get to get into. Again, we're definitely planning on doing some other things with this interview. Yeah. And, of course, come out tomorrow. Before we get out of here, definitely want to let y'all know it is going down tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the venue at the Highlander right there on 30th Street, right across from Charles Drew. And, please make sure y'all come out and join the conversation and you know, have any questions.
Hey, man, Anthony Rogers right in the chat, right? He says, no one will be turned away tomorrow. So come on through.
There you go.
He said, don't worry if you can't make a donation. Your presence is more important than your money.
Man.
Just come on, this for the love, bro.
Yeah,
for the love.
We need to galvanize that energy. We need to, again, this is all about a movement, not a moment, and we need your presence for the movement. Your dollars definitely will help with the movement, but again, we need people to mobilize with those dollars as well. So, definitely come out. Also, tell a friend, man. We were kind of talking about it a little earlier as far as the promotion of it. Again, as you see the major outlets, they're not going to blast this, and you see why. Because they don't want the truth to be spoken. They don't want the truth to be pushed out there, but we need the truth to be pushed out there. So, again, tell your family members, tell your friends. It's going down tomorrow, 7 o'clock at the Highlander, the venue at the Highlander right there on 30th, right across from Charles Drew.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, like I said, I just really appreciate everybody that did show up here today for the live. We will definitely be putting this together and blasting this out everywhere. And when you get it, please share it. Share it around. Like I say, tell a friend. Let people know that Dr. West was in town. And, he's the presidential campaign for 2024. Man, that's what's up.
Man.
That's what's up.
That's real.
That's real.
I'm about excited. I'll be honest, last time I was excited about a candidate like this was Bernie Sanders. I was feeling the burn. A little bit. But even this is even more so because, again, he's a blues brother.
Yeah, he's speaking our language.
Yeah, he's speaking our language all the way through. He's a 7, if you will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love that. Man, we can go on and on gushing on for the whole rest of the show on this one. Anybody in the chat? Let's see. She says, "Okay, you guys are talking to each other too. That's great. You guys in the chat. Like I said, sorry that we didn't get to all the comments and questions, but we're definitely gonna go back through them today and check this out. Again, apologize for everybody who had to come over from Facebook. If you're there, if you're here, great. If not, like I said, we'll cut this up and put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube. You'll be able to see it again and feel that situation. I'm encouraged. Of course, we see the power structure. We see what's going on. We talked a lot about the Democratic Party in the last few years. We've talked a lot. We found out this year a lot of the black community was switching side, was going and voting Republican. Mm-hmm. And then in the last few months, it's been this whole talk about independent.
Yeah.
And then this brother went from People's Party to Green Party to independent.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just like, okay, am I convinced? Is there actually a chance that there's a third candidate that can be voted for and that has a chance? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I like I said, I don't think that he would waste his time if he didn't feel like he had enough grassroots backing to make something happen. We've seen what grassroots can do. Grassroots got Obama president, made president. So that's the most encouraging part to me because like I said, we're in this fight all the time. We're talking to people all the time, and I don't think you guys know like how many times I'm in a instant message or a phone message or somebody send me a Facebook message, and I'm talking to folks all the time that I have to kind of not argue with, but like we have to have deep discussions on getting people on the same page about stuff.
Man.
And this is a tough job. We do this 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. And then beyond the personal conversations and stuff beyond that. And it's tough. So I get discouraged sometimes that there's not enough of us that get it, that, what difference can a few of us make? But there's a whole lot of fews of us around the country is what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that makes a big difference on going forward, how it is that you decide that you're going to do things from now on. So that's where I'm at with it. That's my big takeaway is that this brother's too wise to just be. He's not fake. He's authentic. He's not just out here like I'm gonna make a play for it.
And not just that, but just reading the room. Again, I keep saying, it's a movement, not a moment, because I'm recognizing that the moment needs a movement. It is the moment for a movement, if you get what I'm saying. Like you can kind of see the direction that things are going, the trajectory of the energy, just feeling the pulse of the nation. People are tired, and it's almost getting to a point of people being tired of being tired, and I definitely think that the election of Trump actually was a symptom of people being tired of their traditional, politician, and then people kind of fell back after seeing Trump, and that's how Biden got in. But I think people are remembering, that's why we didn't like the traditional politician. And a candidate like Dr. West is something that, is refreshing and galvanizing.
Yeah. And he pulls in people. He's a person that will pull in people, the right teams, the right people. We know from talking to Anthony Rogers Wright the other day, he's going to pull in the right folks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a team of powerful folks that are doing this work and believe in the work. So he's made believers out of us for real. Yeah. I feel like I wish we like sportscasters right now. The play-by-play.
Man.
Let's go to the screen. Slow motion when he said that thing about George Clinton. Yeah, we're just recapping right now. We're gonna get out of here pretty soon. But keep in mind that there's a possibility that he might be still in town Wednesday. If he is, then we might have him on the show again. If he's not, then we might be able to pull him aside tomorrow for a little taped interview that we'll present to you guys after that as well. But we're gonna make the most of his visit here, and we hope to see you guys out there too.
Yes,
and definitely all have some conversations around this brother's visit, and his presidential run, man. Can you imagine? People didn't think Obama was gonna make it,
man, and he did twice.
Yes,
twice.
Politics is crazy. All things is possible. But you're right. I mean, the biggest thing that is happening here is it's a movement, and that's sorely needed. Nothing's going to happen without that. No amount of money, no amount of nothing's going to happen without that. The actual movement happening, the people feeling the hope,
right,
and feeling the ability to say, hey, we might be able to pull this off. That type of feeling, and attitude.
Exactly. So big shout out to the whole campaign team behind Dr. West. And Dr. West himself, man, again, that's really what we're here to do today. We're not really going to get into any of the stories. We're definitely just was looking forward to our conversation with Dr. Cornel West and bigging up this presidential campaign and bigging up this event tomorrow. Again, going down tomorrow, 7 p.m. at the Highlander. Again, the venue at the Highlander. Dr. Cornel West will be there. Also, as he mentioned, Ashley Spivey will be there. There'll be a few other speakers. Yeah. Again, Brother Sherman Wells, Brother Kasim of Untamed and the BAA will be there. So make sure you're there as well. And again, bring a friend, tell a friend, bring the fam, bring your peoples, man. Bring your folks on through. It's going to be a beautiful event. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm still seeing you going on. I'm definitely agreeing with Sean McCarthy is saying. Basically, he says anytime you can vote for someone instead of against someone, it is a benefit for democracy. And that's definitely it's something we need. It's something we don't have often, a candidate that we can vote for. And hopefully this can also, galvanize some energy, not just for the presidential campaign, but reminding us, again, these local campaigns going on. Yeah. We got to find some candidates that fit that same spirit, fit that same energy that we're seeing from Dr. West. And, we need that as well.
Like Terrell McKinney. We'll name one right now. He's running again. Definitely need him back in the seat, and he's definitely got that energy, too. I can't wait to see those two brothers together tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We have no outro scene, no outro music, no nothing. This is raw. Yeah. I got to apologize again for the tech difficulties, and I appreciate you guys bearing with us. I think you probably understand, just like we understand, most important thing was the ability to be able to talk to the brother today. And I'm glad that we got on and got to do that. I'm shout out to him for waiting around for us to get it together and all that good stuff. But it was all worth it. It was all worth it. We have the ability now to put this back out into the public. We use a different program in order for some of the internet to clear up there. So we'll have a clear vision of him. audio and video that we'll be able to cut into some video and put out for you guys to check out and for the world to check out.
Yeah.
This will all go to his campaign. I see how he runs his campaign. He's running his campaign by putting out clips of him speaking at different places, and this will probably end up being one of them. So we appreciate you bearing with us through this text so we can make that happen, and hopefully we'll be able to do it again on Wednesday. So meantime, between time, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Buddy, you got some words for the people?
Man, again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Still going on. We appreciate you. We love you. Even despite the technical difficulties, people still giving us love. Pops in the chat saying, phenomenal show. You guys kept your cools and wits and persevered over adversity. Thanks for the wonderful show. Sean McCarthy saying, awesome job, Paul and Buddy. This was an amazing hour. So, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We do it for y'all. Hopefully, y'all got a lot out of this conversation, and we'll continue the conversation with your loved ones. Again, let's definitely get some energy going and get some support for Dr. Cornel West. But, yeah, beyond that, man, big shout-out to Margie and Rich, man, the team over here for helping us out. Weaponize, they get down. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate and love and thank all the audience out there, the listeners, the ghost listeners, the chat chimers. Big shout-out to you, Paul B, man, as always. Bro. Yeah, this was fun, man. We don't do it like this often.
I like this.
But yeah, we're going to have to do it like this more often. Again, we appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you. And yeah, man, big shout-outs also, of course, the honorary guest of today, Dr. Cornel West, presidential candidate, professor.
His name.
Yes, professor, philosopher, great thinker, and just all around great human being, man. Again, the Dr. Cornel West running for president. Thank him. Also, thank Anthony Rogers Rice, the BAA. I mean, man, so many things can go around. Our elders, all the people, man. I'm just filled with love right now. That's the message. That's the message, man. Filled with love. So with that, Paul B,
yo,
take it away.
We don't believe in the concept of time, but we believe in the concept of spirit. It's 9 o'clock right now. The spirit says it's time to go ahead and get on up. I also want to give a personal shout out to Star Trek, Rich and Margie, for helping us through the stuff there. Regardless of what happened with this tech, it's still a blessing to have a producer in the other room helping us to work this out. And again, you know, it doesn't really matter how the show went. I try to be a perfectionist when it comes to that, but it doesn't really matter this time around. The most important thing was we were able to have that conversation with Brother West. Nothing can mess that up for me. It's all good. So
hey, we did it.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned for more of that. Like I said, we'll see you tomorrow night over at the Highlander at 7 o'clock to speak to him in person. And then hopefully he'll be back on the show Wednesday. We'll see if that goes down. In the meantime, between time, just want to give thanks to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Thanks to our elders for allowing us to speak before them. Thanks to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you and dealing with our tech issues and coming on back in as we leave and you come back and you're there. So we appreciate you so much for that. Also, all of our supporters, the $10 people, the $25 people, the $50 people, everybody who is a recurring member of the channel that is supporting us. We really appreciate that as well. If you're so inclined, please go to firstskyOmaha.com, hit the donate button. Shout out to the BAA, to Untamed, to the awards ceremony that just happened. Shout out to Dr. Umar for coming in town. Shout out to this Power Weekend and everything that you guys have done to make this Power Weekend be what it is. And it's not over yet. We're extending this Power Weekend into Tuesday, where Dr. Cornel West will be speaking in North Omaha at the Highlander. Hope to see you there for sure. But in the meantime, between time, thank you very much. Don't even, like I said, we can go on all day long with the words of appreciation and love that we got right now. So let's just feel it. And we'll see you Wednesday morning. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow night. You guys have a good one. Peace.